Hello, I hope that you've had a good weekend. Meal plans 6 through 10 are up. And these are meal plans that I'm actually following. I'm typing it up as I go along and I'm posting on my website, so those are available. I even have listed on my first meal plan, you see that I take a cheat dessert. And I hope you're utilizing cheat meals and cheat desserts as you go along and as you need them. And I will talk more about those, but I want to focus on right now, I want to answer the question, should you weigh yourself every day? Okay. And so I just want to tell you what my thoughts are on should you weigh yourself? Absolutely. Absolutely, you should weigh yourself every single day. And let me tell you why. So for years, I had always weighed myself every day. I'd always step on the scale, weigh myself. It's kind of how I monitored my own personal results in life. So over the last couple years, anyway, I was out with some girls and one of them mentioned that it's really, really bad mentally and it's really healthy or unhealthy mentally to weigh yourself every day. And I was weighing myself every day. And so I was like, oh, I had no idea. I didn't know that that was bad for you mentally to not weigh yourself or to weigh yourself every day. And so at that point, I stopped weighing myself every day, which is what I had used to track. They said, just judge it, just judge your weight based on how your clothes fit. Well, I want to show you a pair of pants. These are a size 2 pair of pants that I wear right now. I currently wear a size 2 pair of pants. I wore a size 2 pair of pants in high school. I also, when I gained all the weight that I gained, wore this same size 2 pair of pants. And yes, they still fit me. Now I had quite a bit of muffin top spilling over the top, but they still fit me and I still wore them and I have pictures and I don't know if I'm going to post them or not. I don't know if I will. But I have pictures in these size 2 pants and I could take pictures of them now and you can see a difference. You can definitely see that I lost weight. But as I gained the weight gradually, I just started wearing flowier, baggier shirts over time. And so I didn't realize that I had gained that much weight. And so for me, should you weigh yourself every day? When I finally stepped back on the scale and saw how much weight I had gained, I mentally told myself that, oh, Jenny, that's got to be muscle mass. Well, you saw the pictures, it wasn't muscle. And, when you're in that reality, you tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself. Because you just don't want to cope with what may be going on. And I couldn't tell. And even my husband or my family, when you gain weight gradually, you don't see it and you don't notice it. And people around you don't notice it. When it's over a 1 to 2 year period of time, people don't notice it. And so right now, what I'm wearing right now, I wear size 2 pair of pants and I wear an extra small shirt. What I was wearing when I gained all the weight, I still wore my same size 2 pair of pants, this same pair of pants, still wore them, but I wore medium size shirts. I'm an apple shape. So if you take a look at, there's different types of bodies. Some people carry their weight in their bottoms. Some people carry their weight in their midsection. I carry my weight in my midsection and upper body. We all carry our weight in different places. And, I didn't notice that I was gaining the weight that I was gaining. And so for someone anyway who's an apple shape, and I don't know what shape you are, but I know that clothes and different fabrics stretch. And I have this same brand of jeans in several different washes, but still size 2s, and they all fit me a little bit differently. Some of them are looser than others. And I think I'm wearing the brand right now. These ones I got for Christmas, and these ones are a little bit looser. And so different pairs of pants will fit you differently. I don't think it's wise, personally, to measure yourself solely on how your clothes fit. I also don't think it's wise to measure yourself solely on what the scale says. I also don't think it's wise, because I am also a person who has a million different pictures that she took of herself every time she starts a diet. I also don't think it's wise to solely measure yourself on photos. I think you should do all of it. I think you should take pictures. I think you should weigh yourself on the scale daily. And I think you should see how your clothes fit, especially when you're being strict. Now, why do people say don't weigh yourself daily? Because you are going to see fluctuations on the scale. And I don't want anybody to get tricked up. This is why I chant to myself when I'm on the diet, stick with the program. Stick with the program. Stick with the program. This is why I chant to myself when I'm on this diet. It's because sometimes when I step on the scale in the morning, it goes up. It goes up. And after I have a cheat meal, it goes up. And sometimes if I've eaten a ton of produce and a ton of fiber the day before, I'll have a major increase on this scale. If all that fiber hasn't passed through my body, I'll have a major increase on this scale. But if I'm following the plan, there's no reason to worry, because it's not fat that I'm putting on my body. And hopefully all of you have seen that, famous picture of, 1 pound of muscle versus 1 pound of fat. 1 pound of fat takes up a lot more space. If you are sticking with the program, you will continue to lose weight. Now, those of you who've downloaded the MyNet Diary calculator, I've never used any other calculator except for that, so I don't know if other calculators have that. But the MyNet Diary calculator has a graph on it so that you can see your continual progression. So what I see when I punch in my weight every day, I get to log my weight every day, and I do log my weight. And I think it's very healthy for you to see the natural patterns and cycles in your body of where you gain weight and lose weight on a daily basis, just from water fluctuations, just from sodium, just from eating a lot of fiber, just from having hormones and natural monthly cycles as a woman. I think it's very important that you track that and log that, because what I began to see when I said to myself, stick with the program, stick with the program, even when the scale wasn't showing me what I was hoping that it would show me, over a week's period of time when the scale doesn't change, maybe even if it goes up a little bit, you can get very frustrated. If you're lifting weights at the gym, by the way, your body will retain water if you have a really good workout. Anytime you feel soreness in your muscles, or maybe you go for a long run. I don't do much running. I mostly just, lift weights at the gym. I do a little bit of cardio, but not much. And your muscles will retain water, so you'll have weight fluctuations for that. But if you are tracking your weight and if you are sticking with the program, you will see on the graph on MyNet Diary, you will see a rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, but a gradually descending weight. Your weight will gradually be getting lower and over time, which is why I say, get rid of the timeline. Ignore the timeline. Don't end on a day when you're up. I've done that before. I've done a really, really, really strict diet. I did it for 4 months. It was a bodybuilding diet. And they had you eat different macros for different parts of, for each month. And I ended the diet up because it was my time of the month. And I had to go out of town for the weekend, and I was eating food that I wasn't preparing myself. So when you eat out, even though I wasn't eating that unhealthy, I was eating food with a lot higher sodium than I normally intake when I'm preparing at home. And so the scale went up. Total over that 4-month period, I had lost only like 16 pounds. But then I went back up just over a weekend. I went back up 5 pounds, and I ended my diet 5 pounds up. This was several years ago. One of my many diets I've tried. And it was incredibly discouraging. So because I had a timeline and I ended on a timeline, I ended on a really bad note. I also didn't